Hello, and welcome back for yet another unique and original episode of Podcasts from the Pitch, your primary source for sports news, stories, training tips, and anything else regarding the world of athletics today. In this week's edition, our team is greatly excited to share the experiences and the wisdom that have been gained from them from current Portsmouth FC defender and England U17 appearance maker, Haji Mnoga. Despite being listed at a tender 18 years of age, the Portsmouth native has already managed to gather a collection of first-team appearances, while also establishing himself as a popular, auspicious character to develop in the South Coast Club's academy system. A Pompey native himself, Mnoga has the incredible opportunity to represent the club which he grew up following and supporting. A club with a storied past, Portsmouth are ready to see Mnoga burst onto the scene and possibly put the club back on the map. Mnoga's admiration for the club, its fans, and the city itself were explained when he shared with me,
I'm proud to be from Portsmouth. I have loyalty to the club because I've been here since I was 8 years old and because I was born here. So getting the chance to play for Portsmouth, I feel like I have a great connection to the club and to the fans because I'm a Pompey boy, and I feel like the fans like that the club produces players to play in their team.
Mnoga is living the life which kids dream about, the type of life that school children daydream, disregarding their schoolwork and itching for a football underneath their feet. His title, Portsmouth FC player, is a title that many yearn for, yet few actually achieve. He is playing in EFL League One, the third tier of professional football, despite being only 18 years of age. It is the culmination of all his work and his aspirations. It is what few people can claim as their occupation. That is not for no reason. In order to realize the dream of becoming a professional athlete, the aspiring prospects must develop skill. They must have an open mindset. They absolutely require the desire to achieve high things. And, though often overlooked, they absolutely must have a trait called maturity. As the versatile center back quotes,
As a young player, it's important to stay mature or to get mature quickly because that's what managers are looking for. When you're immature, it shows your age, and if you want to be a good football player and you're young, you shouldn't let age do the talking for you. You should just let the football do the talking, and you shouldn't get ahead of yourself. You should always remain humble.
Essentially, as proven by a successful athlete in what is arguably one of the game's most challenging markets, maturity is a vital attribute for someone to possess when looking to go pro like Mnoga. Without maturity, it is far too easy to make a decision with unknown consequences. Someone who possesses maturity understands what they should or should not do, while also realizing when they should take a certain action. Take Mnoga, for example. As a young man who has proven himself as a figure Portsmouth can rely on and provide him the opportunity to play at the highest level with the first team, it would not be difficult for him to slow his progression as a player. As aforementioned, his dream was to play with Portsmouth. He has done that. He has made it. He is a Portsmouth player, after all. For someone who is immature and lacks a steadier mindset, who looks to grow and develop, they've made it. Done it. The work is complete. Time to slowly release the foot from the gas pedal and slow the work rate, right? Well, for a mature individual such as Mnoga, the work always continues. He understands there is constantly room for improvement. It acknowledges there is always more skill and quality in his capacities that he has to prove. Maturity is what drives one forward. It is what allows Mnoga to be the success that he is. There were always figures ready to take his place in the academy. There was always someone prepared to put the work in if someone else left that door open. But the maturity Mnoga possesses drove him, it motivated him, and caused him to be the man for the job. Maturity guided him, and it still does. The importance of this underrated and little recognized trait was clearly explained by the success when he added,
The benefits of being humble and keeping a good mindset on and off the pitch is that it drives you and it keeps driving you, so you'll always be the best player. And if you're mature off the pitch, it will show on the pitch as well. And you need that balance of on and off the pitch. Like, yes, on the pitch matters, but off the pitch shows what type of person you are for managers looking at you to say, yes, I want to pick him.
What Mnoga mentions that could not be any more true is that the image you put of yourself, both on and off the pitch, has a huge impact on your reputation and likeliness of being a success. Without maturity acting as a guiding figure, it is interesting to think of what path Mnoga's career would have followed. On that note, with all the effort devoted to the sport, what is the reward after all? What is the maturity and all this work put in for after all? Well, for the Pompey Academy product, the reward is greater than anything that can be explained, and simply is an incredible experience to be able to have. Have a listen as the young adult who recently signed his first professional contract at Pompey elaborates on what it means to represent his home city each time he puts on the kit.
As a Pompey native, I do feel a great connection to the football club and to the city because I was born here. I've played for Portsmouth since I was like 8 years old, so it's everything that I know. So the fans, I guess they might like me more because I'm a Pompey boy. I'm from Portsmouth. So for me to play for Portsmouth is something greater than coming from a different city.
In all, it is a very unique opportunity Mnoga has, representing his home city and the ground he grew up staring at in awe. A product of the academy, he has progressed and has developed into an impeccable talent who hopefully can evolve into a club regular and put Portsmouth on the map as the 18-year-old hopes. Without his humble disposition, mature understanding, and patience in developing, Mnoga certainly would not be the talented and promising player we know him as today. He has taken what he knows and has used it to realize his dream, becoming a professional footballer. Yet, he is not done. He still has more aspirations, higher aspirations, and wants to achieve as much as he can. Mnoga continues to drive himself forward. As previously mentioned, the work never stops. There is always more to prove. For Mnoga, that could not be any more true. Having accomplished his first dream, he's setting out more. He wants to achieve higher things, loftier things, and he has a direct route and plan on how to do it. Now listen as Mnoga explains how his career has impacted him and how his mindset has changed as he looks to evolve into the strongest player he can be.
I don't want to be an average player. I want to be, say, one of the best players in the country, one of the best players in the world. I don't want to be an average player. I want to put Portsmouth on the map. I want to show that where I came from, people can come out and they can achieve big things. As long as I stay humble and work as hard as I can, whatever the highest level I get to, I guess I could be proud of myself because I've put the shift and I've done everything that I possibly could to get to where I was. So I'd be happy.
With that, I would like you to understand, just like Haji Mnoga, that maturity is a vital attribute for someone to possess. You should always understand where you are and what you can accomplish, and should constantly push yourself to become the greatest person or athlete that you can be. We hope you enjoyed yet another episode of Podcast from the Pitch, where we focused on the story of professional footballer Haji Mnoga and the efforts he put in to make his aspirations into a reality. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue to create more exciting, unique, and original content. while also following us and providing feedback on all of our social media platforms at podcastfromthepitch.yt so we can continue to enhance the quality of our work. Further, we would like to extend our thanks to the EFL League One fullback for his assistance in making yet another podcast happen. Be on the lookout for upcoming social media events and future episodes as well. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you soon for the next podcast.